America's Top 40s is sponsored by Patreon subscribers James Crow and David Denayo.
Welcome to America's Top 40s. I'm Eric Paul Johnson, and I'll be counting down the top 40 songs for the week of August 17th, 1959. But before we get into the countdown, let's see what was going on in the world that week.
You can depend on Cousin to know what's buzzing. Here's your cousin with the news.
On August 13th, snarky partridge kid in questionable activity with a crossdresser in Phoenix, Danny Bonaducci was born. On August 15th, blues musician blind Willie McTell died at age 61 from a stroke. Also on August 15th, 22-year-old incel Thomas Antonio Gutierrez went on a shooting spree in San Francisco with his .22 caliber rifle because he couldn't even get any action from a prostitute. 2 people were injured, and he was sentenced to 14 years in prison. U.S. Navy Fleet Admiral William Halsey Jr. died on August 16th at age 76. He might have been forgotten in history if Paul McCartney hadn't kept his memory alive in the song Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey. Kind of Blue by Miles Davis was released on August 17th. And on that day, religious crackpot and early 1990s Eric Paul Johnson lookalike David Koresh was born.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
Entering the top 40 at number 40, Jimmy Clanton and My Own True Love.
My own true love. Own true love.
Plummeting 17 spots from 22 to 39, The Flamingos and I Only Have Eyes for You. Jack Scott Walks Back the Way I Walk. It falls 2 to number 38.
Just a little more.
After 2 weeks at number 39, Floyd Robinson moves up 2 in its third week to number 37 with Makin' Love.
What would the teacher do if the teacher knew he's out all day? Making love, making love, making love.
Debuting at number 36, Johnny and the Hurricanes and Red River Rock. Up 30 spots to march into the 40 at number 35, Lloyd Price with I'm Gonna Get Married.
Johnny, you're too young.
But I'm gonna get married.
You're so young.
My name she'll carry.
Sarah Vaughan enters the 40 at number 34 with Broken Hearted Melody.
His tender love, oh, broken-hearted melody, must you keep reminding me?
Walking into the top 40 at number 33, Sleepwalk by Santo and Johnny. Ciao Ciao Bambina came in at number 32, fell to 34, jumped to 24, and this week Jackie Noguez and his Musette Orchestra fall 8 to number 32. Mona Lisa made a big return to the top 40 last week, but this week Carl Mann dropped 6 to number 31.
Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? You're stuck cold and lonely, love. Here's tomorrow's top 2 today.
These are the songs that debuted on the Hot 100 this week. Sal's Got a Sugar Lip by Johnny Horton at number 100. A Girl's Work Is Never Done by the Chordettes, number 99. If You Love Me by Laverne Baker, number 98. Smile by Tony Bennett, number 97. The Angels Listened In by the Crests, number 96. Mau Mau by the Wailers, number 90. Primrose Lane by Jerry Wallace and the Jewels, number 86. Morgan by Ivo Robic and the Songmasters, number 82. Mary Lou by Ronnie Hawkins and the Hawks. And at number 56, Till I Kissed You by the Everly Brothers. Will any of those become top 40 hits? You just have to listen to future episodes.
Here's the biggest sound in town.
Anita Bryant worms her way up 1 to number 30 with Till There Was You.
Never saw them at all till there was you.
Up 6 to number 29, See You in September by the Tempos.
Will I see you in September?
Ragtime Cowboy Joe continues to ride off the chart. David Seville and the Chipmunks are down 9 to number 28. 13 from number 40, Jan and Dean at number 27 with Baby Talk.
Which means to say she loves me in baby talk.
Rolling up 12 to number 26, Fats Domino with I'm Gonna Be a Wheel Someday.
I'm gonna be a wheel someday. I'm gonna be somebody. I'm gonna be a real gone cat. Then I won't want you.
Robin the Cradle wallowed in the 30s for 6 weeks. But once it broke free, it's been rising. Tony Bellis is up 3 to number 25.
They say I'm Robin the Cradle, little darling. Is it strange?
I Want to Walk You Home entered the Hot 100 last week, way up at number 46. This week, Fats Domino moves up 22 spots. They have the highest debuting song of the week at number 24.
I want to walk you home. Please let me walk you.
Jumping up 14 slots to number 23, Bobby Rydell and Kissin' Time.
Oh, the summertime is a kissing time. USA, so press your tasty lips to my...
Phil Phillips may need to throw some of the Twilights overboard. Sea of Love sinks 7 to number 22.
The sea, oh, love.
Johnny Mathis's World Gets Smaller. Small World slips 1 to number 21.
Because I'd love to go traveling. Small world is...
Let's stop for a bit and see what's number 1 on the other charts. Thank You Pretty Baby by Brooke Benton is number 1 for a second week on the R&B chart.
I want to thank your folks for making you so divine.
Waterloo by Stonewall Jackson is number 1 for a 4th week on the country chart.
Every puppy has its day. Everybody has to pay. Everybody has to feed his water too.
And number 1 for a 3rd week on the British chart, Living Doll by Cliff Richard and the Drifters.
Got myself a crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living doll. Got to do my best.
It looked like Connie Francis was in a hurry to get out of the top 40 when Lipstick on Your Collar fell 17 spots. But this week it rises 6 to number 20.
This is what I saw. Lipstick on your collar, told a tale on you.
This week's number 1 R&B tune is number 19 on the pop chart. Thank You Pretty Baby by Brooke Benton is up 4.
I want to thank your folks for making you so divine.
Sweeter Than You continues to sour. Ricky Nelson is down 6 to number 18.
Never be loved by anyone sweeter than you.
After 6 weeks in the top 10, Waterloo by Stonewall Jackson drops 7 to number 17.
Every puppy has its day. Everybody has to pay. Everybody has to feed his water too.
Up 5 to number 16, What Is Love by the Playmates.
What is love but a little angel who's making me lose my sleep? And she's out.
Flipping up 2 to number 15, It Was I by Skip and Flip. Here Comes Summer stuck at 18 for 2 weeks. This week, Jerry Killer rises 4 to number 14.
I feel her lips so close to mine. Here comes summer. When we meet our hearts.
After 13 weeks in the top 10, 6 of those at number 1, The Battle of New Orleans by Johnny Horton falls back 6 to number 13.
Fired our guns and the British kept a-coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to run.
My Wish Came True came into the Hot 100 at number 39. The last 2 weeks it stalled out at number 14. After catching his breath from all that sprinting, Elvis Presley and the Jordanaires move up 2 to number 12.
My wish came true.
My wish came true.
When I...
Tiger by Fabian drops out of the top 10 after 6 weeks there. He falls 5 to number 11.
I go insane 'cause I can't be tamed like a tiger. Ooh, like a tiger. Ooh.
6 songs came in, so 6 songs fell out. These are the songs that dropped out of the 40 this week. Personality by Lloyd Price and his orchestra. Frankie by Connie Francis. You're So Fine by the Falcons. Hushabye by the Mystics. A Boy Without a Girl by Frankie Avalon. And I'll Be Satisfied by Jackie Wilson.
On the Super Hit Survey, number 10.
40 Miles of Bad Road bounces back into the top 10. Dwayne Eddy and the Rebels are up 1. After falling for the last 2 weeks, Ricky Nelson enters the top 10 with Just a Little Too Much.
Number 9.
Sometimes I think I love you, oh, just a little too much. You know you thrill me, baby.
Dinah Washington holds at number 8 for a second week with What a Difference a Day Makes.
What a difference a day made.
It entered the top 40 on August 3rd at number 32. 2 weeks later, it lands in the top 10 at number 7. Moving up 9, The Browns and the Three Bells.
All the chapel bells were ringing in the little valley top.
Ray Charles and his orchestra are up 3 to number 6 with What I Say.
Well, tell me what I say. Tell me what I say right now. Tell me what I say.
In the 11 weeks this song has been in the top 40, 10 of those have been in the top 10, 4 of them at number 1. This week, Lonely Boy by Paul Anka slips 3 to number 5.
I'm just a lonely boy, lonely and blue.
A song I never heard till it entered the podcast moves up 1. Lavender Blue by Sammy Turner is at number 4.
In a jelly, jelly dress of lavender blue.
For a third week in a row, My Heart is an Open Book by Carl Dobkins Jr. is at number 3.
Look, look, my heart is an open book.
Moving up 2 to land at number 2, The Drifters and There Goes My Baby.
There goes my baby. There goes my baby. There goes.
Before we hear the number 1 song this week, let's see what was number 1 in the past. Activating the random year generator ranging in the years from 1890 to 1957, it stops on 1902. The number 1 song this week in 1902 was Bill Bailey, Won't You Please Come Home by Arthur Collins.
Oh, won't you come home, Billy Bailey, won't you come home? She moans the whole day long. I'll do the cooking, darling, I'll pay the rent. I knows I've done you wrong.
Number 1 then, and number 1 now.
The legend at number 1 died 43 years ago, the very day this episode posts. Or did he? Some point to Elvis's tombstone as proof that he isn't dead. The middle name etched in the stone is Aaron with 2 A's, but his middle name was spelled with 1 A. With all the money the Presley estate pulls in, surely they could afford to fix it. Unless he isn't really dead, and seeing his proper full name on a tombstone creeps him out. Well, actually, it goes both ways. His middle name came from his dad's friend Aaron Kennedy, with 2 A's. And that's how the doctor who delivered Elvis spelled it in his ledger. But his family used the single A spelling in memory of Elvis's stillborn twin, Jesse Guerin. And the single A is on his birth certificate and legal documents thereafter. Elvis.com says either spelling is correct. Either way, he was born 85 years ago, and he'd probably be dead by now anyway. Especially since he oversalted all his food, and the last thing he ate was 4 scoops of ice cream and 6 chocolate chip cookies.
I'm a 400-pound hunk of burning love.
At number 1 for a second week, Elvis Presley and the Jordanaires and Big Hunko Love. There you go. The top 40 songs for the week of August 17th, 1959, according to Billboard's Hot 100. America's Top 40s is a production of Radio Trolla Entertainment, Assorted Deli Meats Amalgamated. You can hear full versions of these songs on YouTube or the America's Top 40s Spotify playlist. Donate to the show at patreon.com/AT40s. At the $4 a month tier, you hear episodes a week before they post to the world, and you get your name mentioned on the show. And at the $8 a month tier, you get that stuff plus expanded episodes available only at our Patreon site, featuring snippets of all the songs entering the Hot 100 that week and full versions of the #1 songs from the past that are in the public domain. Spread the word about the podcast by posting the link on your social networking pages and give us a review on iTunes. I'm Eric Paul Johnson, and listen again next time as I count down America's Top 40s.